Not a bad forecast for a Monday.
Not at all. We're just going to deal with warm and muggy conditions. That's going to be the case for the next several days, guys. So it's going to get more summer-like. You know, it was more like fall last week, feeling like late September as opposed to the end of August with temperatures in the 70s. And just a lovely week that we had last week. But now getting back to where we're supposed to be. And it's going to be warm, very muggy out there. And it's going to get pretty hot towards the end of the week and into the holiday weekend.
And of course, Labor Day coming up a week from today. Will Mother Nature, get that it's the unofficial start to fall and just cool it down? You think that'll happen?
You know, I hope so. But looking at the long-range forecast, I think there might be a little bit of a cool down for us. I don't know if we're going to see conditions like we had last week, but maybe a break from some of the 90-degree readings that we'll see later on this week. Definitely looks possible. Let's get you over to that forecast, tracking some issues with some fog across eastern Kentucky. Visibility is reduced for some locations, especially for folks there in Jackson, down to Somerset, even Monticello this morning. So please take it easy as you tackle your Monday. Otherwise, temperatures in the 60s area-wide. We're seeing those readings a little bit warmer from London up to Jackson, even Paintsville this morning. Had a little bit more cloud cover that linger across far eastern Kentucky, and that's allowing those temperatures to be on a little bit of the warmer side. Of course, that cloud cover kind of acts like a blanket, and it keeps the lower part of our atmosphere warmer, and you can see some of those temperatures back towards the west. We're in the lower 60s, and that's because they had clear skies. Now, bust out forecast this morning showing a temperature around 65 degrees this morning. We're warming things up, though, this afternoon back into the mid-80s. Going to be a little bit more humid out there, and of course, that sweat deck is going to begin to increase because we're going to see the humidity begin to increase not only today, but that's going to be the case for the next several days, and it's going to feel more like it should for late August. Mountain Almanac showing a sunrise at 7:02 a.m. this morning. So here in just a few minutes, that sunset get a little bit earlier as we get closer to fall now at 8:04 this evening. And we're going to see the official start date for fall arrive in just a few weeks. September 23rd is that official fall date. So just around the corner. Looking at live pinpoint, though, across central and eastern Kentucky, nice and dry. Did have a few showers move across portions of eastern Kentucky earlier this morning, but a lot of that is now pushed eastward, working across Virginia's high pressure going to keep most of us dry. Keyword there, most of us dry. Maybe the chance for an isolated shower, perhaps a thunderstorm going to be possible, especially across eastern and southeastern Kentucky. We look at future view when we start things off at 9 o'clock this morning. Temperature is going to be mild into the upper 60s to around 70 degrees as we head towards mid-morning. And we're going to see those lower 80s begin to take over just past lunchtime, eventually topping out in the mid-80s later on this afternoon. And Future View tries to show a few specks of green across the Kentucky, Tennessee, Kentucky, Virginia border. And I think some of those higher terrain areas might have that best shot for maybe a pop-up shower or storm. Not looking at anything too widespread, so some good news there. And as we head into your evening through the overnight hours, first part of your Tuesday, things are going to dry back out. Going to be mild, temperatures dropping into the mid to upper 60s. And it's going to be rinse and repeat of a forecast. Maybe a pop-up shower or storm across those mountainous terrain or the higher terrain areas for your Tuesday afternoon. But I think most of us do stay dry. Going to be warm, though, back into the mid-80s and in the upper 80s as we head towards late weekend. We're going to continue to climb as we head towards your Friday and into the holiday weekend. Temperatures already around 88 degrees for your Wednesday. We're talking upper 80s to around 90 degrees on Friday. I actually went with 90 degrees for the start of your holiday weekend for your Saturday. So very warm and very muggy conditions ahead of us for eastern Kentucky, especially for the next several days. And like I was talking with Mitchell, maybe a cool down in the next 10 to 12 days. But right now it looks like it's going to be pretty warm as we tackle another work week and, of course, head into your holiday weekend. Let's take over to Refrigerator Art this morning. This is your fourth and final check of the Refrigerator Art. Love showcasing all the beautiful artwork from the kids here across eastern Kentucky. And nice photos sent in from Joe over at May Valley Elementary. Time now is 6:47. You're watching Mountain News This Morning right here on WYMT.